Now to high school musical star Ashley Tisdale posting on Instagram about having a common postpartum condition, but one that is rarely spoken about. Zareen Shah joins us with more on this. Good morning, Zareen.
Good morning, Robin. A lot of women feel the pressure that a few weeks or months after giving birth that they have to go right back to looking the way they were. But Ashley Tisdale is showing just how long her recovery took and the surprisingly common condition that she had to fight through. But you were always right beside me. This morning, high school musical star Ashley Tisdale,
nice talking to you,
opening up about recovering from Diastasis Recti, which can cause bulging or even painful belly in pregnant women. She says its impact lasted long after she gave birth to her daughter Jupiter Iris last year. Tisdale Instagramming, the journey this past year back to loving my body has been a hard one. You guys know I had Diastasis Recti from being pregnant that really affected my confidence. The condition is a common pregnancy symptom that affects between 30 to nearly 70% of women who give birth. It often results in a postpartum belly, also known as abdominal separation, where a small to sometimes large bulge can appear. This happens when the growing uterus stretches out the abdomen, often causing the vertical bands of muscle that meet in the middle to separate. Tisdale, posting alongside an image of herself balancing in tree pose, said doing things like yoga, Pilates, all got her feeling back to herself. We reached out last night to Ashley's trainer, Harley Pasternak, for more specifics on what she did. He tells us he also pushes her to walk 12,000 steps a day, strength train most days of the week, and resistance exercise, which includes things like TRX rows. But experts will tell you there's, of course, not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Robin. So true, Zareen, so true. Thank you. We're going to bring in our chief medical contributor, Dr. Jen Ashton, get it from you. So tell us about the symptoms. Yep. It seems like it would be very painful.
Not so much painful, but annoying. And let's start with some basic anatomy here, because this is a condition called diastasis recti. So on the left, you can see what a normal rectus abdominis muscle bands look like. That's the so-called 8-pack. On the right, you see that separation. You can kind of think of this on the spectrum of a hernia, but there's still a covering there, so the intestinal contents don't actually protrude. But in terms of what kinds of signs and symptoms a woman will often notice with this, a vertical bulge right down the center of her abdominal wall, and we use 2 finger breaths to measure, anything less than that, kind of normal. More than 2 finger breaths, it can get to be annoying.
So who is most likely to experience it? How long does it last? And does it have a possible impact on future pregnancies?
The good news is no impact on future pregnancies, but who can this impact? The short answer is literally anyone, but there are some common risk factors that we tend to think of. Women who have multiple pregnancies, multiple babies, if you have a very large baby for your body size, and then older women thought to kind of impact the tissue integrity that keeps that those muscles together. But this can be absolutely really bothersome because it's uncomfortable. More than it's dangerous.
Right. We've heard in Zareen's report that Ashley is talking about yoga and Pilates and other things like that. Is there something else that women can do to address it and perhaps even prevent it?
Prevention is so important, Robin, and it's good that Harley Pasternak is talking about strength training. You want to actually strengthen these abdominal muscles before pregnancy. After this has occurred, the key is still strengthening, but in a cat-cow type of way. You don't want to do the classic sit-up, and then if it is really bad, really bothersome, and persists, surgical treatment is always an option.
All right, we'll hear more on GMA 3 with that other guy. Who is it? TJ Holmes. Yeah, that guy. TJ.
I get that a lot. Very forgettable. That other guy. Robin, thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.